show. It's the beautiful drunk show.
Dame la ciencia.
It's the beautiful drunk show.
Ay, 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 ay. We going up like a rocket. That done got me started. I am the life of the party. Shout out to shot going hard till this morning. Pull up till we throw up. After that, I'll post some more up. Drink it till we toe up. It's a party when we show up. Ay, I'm drunk, ho. I'm drunk, ho. It's the beautiful drunk show. I'm drunk, ho. I'm drunk, ho. It's the beautiful drunk show. I'm drunk, ho. I'm drunk, ho. It's the beautiful drunk show. I'm drunk, ho. I'm drunk, ho. It's the beautiful drunk show.
It's the beautiful drunk show. It's the beautiful drunk show. It's the beautiful drunk show. It's the beautiful drunk show.
All right, I'm Smiles the Influence. This is Beautiful Drunk Show. Today we have our guest, Je Amore. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too.
You want to say cheers?
Cheers.
Now, we've actually done 2 events together.
Yeah.
You interviewed me for one of your events,
Yes.
and then the other one we were on a panel.
That was the first one we did.
Okay. Before we get into all that, I want to focus on your backstory, your life, what got you started, where you went to school at, what matters to you in life.
Okay. Well, I went to UNT in North Texas and over by Dallas, like North Dallas. I was going to school to be a chiropractor because I really wanted to. I was really into natural healing.
Yes.
That was my thing. Like I've always been really into natural healing.
Is that Reiki? Or just
anything natural. Just like I want to be a chiropractor.
Okay.
So I figured I want to be a chiropractor. I think I chose that maybe in middle school. So I wanted to do that for a really long time. It just made sense to me. I could own my own business. I remember when I was in 5th grade, my mom was like, "You're so stubborn. Like, how are you ever gonna have a boss?" And I was like, "I'm gonna be my own boss. I'm gonna run my own business." And I told her that when I was in 5th grade, and she was just like, "Okay." And I made a decision to be a chiropractor because I could help people, I could heal people, and I could have my own practice and own my own business. So I actually shadowed a few chiropractors. Went to school. First my major was biology. I had changed it a few times. First it was biology, and then I changed it to kinesiology because I could go into whole like sports medicine.
Okay.
And that's something I was really into. Is like sports and
that's actually very lucrative to get
right,
paid. Yes.
Right. So I was very into sports medicine. I'm like an athlete myself, so that's kind of the path I wanted to take. But then I ended up doing an internship at a recording studio, and I wasn't getting paid.
Yeah.
You know, I was being fed. You know what I mean? Like I was being the bare minimum taken care of.
And this is music, not a video recording
No, it
studio?
was a music recording studio. And they taught me how to speak on the mic. They taught me how to engineer music.
Yeah.
Because I was there all the time, you know, so I was friends with the engineer. I was doing the management stuff that I love to do. I was like helping run the business. I was helping make decisions. I was going to events. I was learning how to go with the flow and like make things happen. And so I'm a big networker now because of that. Like I'm a huge networker. I love going places and meeting people, and I feel like that experience taught me that. And that was just over the summer, and I decided I don't want to go back to school, so I just didn't go back to school, and I got into entertainment, and I went from doing a lot of modeling. I was offered a lot of like magazine shoots. It was going to places I didn't really want it to go.
It was getting more sexual and
King Magazine, Black Men, XXL. They were all offering me and being in like Drake music videos and stuff like that. And I was like, and I was about 19 at the time, and I was just like, I don't really want to do that. It's not the path I want to go. And I realized that I was taking a longer option, you know, longer route. That I could have just went ahead and went the whole like video girl route and then tried to switch it up.
Yeah.
But I was just like, you know, that's not really me, and I'm just gonna stay with that. And I know that I'm taking the longer route.
Were you afraid of the stigmatism sticking to you?
Yeah, I didn't want to start off like that.
Yeah.
Like it bothered me. It bothered me. I was also acting, and I was getting roles that were just like I remember one was with Al Pacino.
Oh wow!
And it was my first role, and it was with Al Pacino.
Yeah.
And but they wanted me to audition to play a prostitute. And it
yeah.
just bothered me so
Because
much.
yeah.
Like, it was just like, damn it, it's a one-on-one role with Al Pacino, but I'm a prostitute. And I know that it's acting, but it just bothered me that I was being pinholed into this category. And, you know, and I look so young at 19, too. Like, I just look so young. And so it was just like, I wanted to play roles that were more, you know, like a lawyer, a businesswoman, somebody with like, power. And at that time, I just felt like I didn't have the look. I looked really young, you know? So it was like, I was like, I have a feeling when I get older, I'll get into that. And I know that I'm going to, like, get back into that because I feel like I can go for those, like, doctor.
You definitely have the speech, the ability to speak and everything, you know? I talk to you now, and I see you on the studies and all the things we're doing, and it's like you have a very well ability to speak. You see, I'm not that great with it. But, you know, I see you and you speak your mind and you're able to articulate well what you want to speak on. And you don't stutter over your words. You know what you're saying.
I just, it all comes out. Sometimes it comes out before my mind can process it.
Because
So
I got to
sometimes
play a
it's
therapist,
wild
and I
stuff.
don't have the ability to do that. But they had me as therapist.
Really?
Yeah, it was a lot of
cool.
fun.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Covered up my tattoos and everything and became a therapist.
I mean, that's really cool, though. You don't have to cover tattoos anymore. I feel like it's at a new place now. We see a police officer, especially in Austin, with tattoos, like, tied up and stuff. And now it's like, yeah, you can be whatever. You can do whatever.
Yeah, so your schooling, you went from schooling to the music industry?
Yeah, I went from schooling to, I was in the whole music and recording industry, and then it just took me into, like, I was like, man, this is a passion. If I'm here and I'm willing to, like, I mean, I was sleeping at the recording studio a lot of times. Like, it would, you know, we would have sessions at 4 in the morning. And,
yes, I've
you know what I mean?
before,
You know how they're live. And it was like, and it was a big recording studio with, like, at the time, it was like, I was in Dallas, and it was when the Dallas music was really popular. So it was all the Dallas artists, you know, and that music, and got to be around that and see that being created. And it just was really inspirational. And so I didn't have a lot of, like, confidence to go into music myself at the time. But I was like, I really want to go and get into, like, entertainment. So I did that. I got into, I did a lot of improv. I took a lot of improv classes.
Comedy?
I got into improv. Yeah, comedy. Really love comedy.
Okay.
So a lot of my good friends are stand-up comedians. I'm not going to be a stand-up comedian. I'm like,
no, you can't do it. I'm good at sketches, but I freeze on the stage when I'm trying to do stand-up.
yeah?
Yeah.
I was like, I just feel like stand-up is a whole, like, I understand how, like, what kind of skill you have to have. Like, it's one thing, like, I say I'm the comedian to my comedian friends, because, like, when we're talking, it's like, I can, and I feel like that's where I'm good at improving.
Naturally
Where,
raised.
like, I feel like I would be good in, like, a movie with a comedian and being able to go back and forth and not like go off script with them, you know? But, like, I'm not going to go do stand-up and, like, be a comedian. We can just go back and forth and make little jokes, you know?
Yeah, I'm horrible with the
Other than
punchlines. Like, when I'm having to give punchlines while standing on the stage, the lights on you. So, yeah, so I'm not gonna get
It's
the
just
punchline
so,
out.
you know, it's so calculated. And that's, like, I'm good at, like, the right in the moment of, like, kind of the banter. But, like...
That's why I always feel like I can do crowd play. Did you ever consider that? You know, because I can look at people and crack a couple jokes and laugh with them about their stuff.
Right.
And not hurt their feelings.
Right.
So I think maybe you can do something like that. But you know what? You hurt people's feelings.
hurt some people's feelings.
Let's talk about that in a sec. But first, let's get into your show. So your show then got established.
Yes.
What made you get into that?
Let's see. I started a show called Young and Impressionable a few years ago with a good friend of mine, and him and I would always sit in his in the garage.
Okay.
We would sit in the garage, you know, vibe out, like, you know, get a little lit, and we would just talk, and we would just talk about issues or life or things we saw, you know, like, we'd be like, man, we need to talk about this stuff, like, you know. So then we started doing that, and we just made a podcast in his garage. So then we would go meet up, and we just, you know, do a podcast in his garage and talk about those issues and those things that came up. And we did that for maybe a year or so. I think we did 2 seasons of it. And then...
that was Facebook-based, right?
Yeah, it was Facebook. And it was really good. A lot of people were really interested in it. And then he actually got into music, where he was going on tour with different artists. So we couldn't do the podcast anymore, and I really didn't want to do it by myself.
Yeah.
You know, so it was something that you like collaborate with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went on my own thing, and I just started more awareness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the name is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you went into doing that, and we actually got a little clip of you introducing your show to us.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So we're going to take a look at that right now.
Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I am Je Amore with Amore Awareness, and what you're going to find on my channel is a lot of stories. I have experienced a lot in my life and I love to share them and also talk about my experiences and what I've learned from them and maybe what you can apply to yourself in your own life. I do talk a lot to women, but I have a lot of great advice for men. If you have anything you want me to talk about, if you have any questions, if you have any stories or anything you would like to share, I would love to hear it. Go ahead and comment. Tell me maybe some videos you would like to see from me, because I really make this for you guys. It's part of my purpose here on earth to help people and spread awareness and self-love, because a healthy relationship comes from a healthy relationship with yourself. In order for you to have a healthy relationship with family, with partners, with friendships, you have to have a healthy relationship with yourself. And in my channel, you will find out how to get rid of toxic people of all kind, how to get rid of toxic foods, how to love yourself and find that self-worth and that self-love so that you do have the strength to be able to know what you deserve and how to demand it. So I hope you enjoy. Please subscribe, like, share, and let me know what you think and what else you'd like me to talk about. I am Je Amore with Amore Awareness.
So I'm going to say cheers to that, to starting the show. Now that tells us a little bit about the show. I've seen a few episodes, and I want to say controversy, gossip, and not on behalf of you. It's strange. It's about the men, right?
Yeah.
Like the men seem to gossip a lot about you, and
Gossip. Oh my gosh. Men gossiping is the theme of
And,
what's going on.
so what do you call it when the manosphere? Is that right?
It's an actual thing. Yeah.
Is that an actual
It's
term?
an actual term.
Okay, explain this manosphere to me.
Yeah, so I'm glad you don't know about it. That means you are a sane, individual who has no mind. The manosphere is almost like an underground term.
Okay.
It's like they have it's like an umbrella. There's Red Pill. Have you heard of Red Pill? I'm glad you've heard of
Red
any
Pill,
of
Blue
this.
Pill?
Yeah. So
Like the Matrix kind of thing?
right.
Yeah.
So these guys are Red Pill, MGTOW. MGTOW is men going their own way. Sounds a little suspect to me, but let them tell it. There's a Black Pill. There's a lot of different, it's basically their mentality towards dating and relationships with women. And it's almost like they're saying, I'm giving you the red pill on women and on relationships. When it's like, it's there, a lot of them are really bitter, a lot of them, didn't get chosen. I call them rejects of America.
Okay.
and they make a lot of comments about women, American women, things like that. And so they definitely don't like
Now,
me.
I've heard you speak on this. Now, you said if American men have to go to another country to get a woman.
Yeah.
Are you referring to the male? I mean, assume you're referring to male
These
brides,
guys,
not like actual.
so these guys talk about how American women, our mindsets are trash, and women from other countries are better. And usually they'll say Brazil or Colombia or Thailand. And so what it really is that those places, the women are cheaper. So I come to find out that to get a prostitute in Brazil, one guy said he got a prostitute for the night. It was $70 for the night.
Wow.
For the whole night. And so a lot of these guys, what they do is they take their American dollar and they go to places where they have a lot of money there. Places where the currency exchange is so drastic to where they feel like the man. And so basically, the women are more submissive to them, give them what they want. So to talk down on American women, just because the women in other countries are a little bit easier for them to get.
Now, some of these guys you've actually spoken to in person. These guys
No,
didn't
not
say
in
this.
person. No, I would not be involved with anybody like this.
Oh, okay.
in
It
my
seems
real,
like
in
one of
my
these
real
guys
waking
definitely
life.
was.
No.
Yeah. Not that you talked to them. I mean, like you
Oh,
were
I
on the
talked
show
to
with
them
them.
on virtually on panels.
Yeah. Okay. Because I wouldn't have imagined that. As me as a guy, I'm very forward thinking. I still want to be a gentleman, but I like a partner to be my equal, like my side by side,
Right.
to where you raise me up, I raise you up. You know, that kind of so we can climb the ladder together. So when I was hearing you speak to these men, and these men were like, no, they need to be beneath us. Like, well, I'm more important than you. You don't realize your role is beneath me? Like,
That's what Kevin Samuel said to me.
okay, yeah, that's who I saw it. I'm
Yeah.
from, okay?
That was Kevin Samuel that said that.
How does it make you feel it? And you're like, your mentality, like, you've gone to college, and for a dude who's like,
I mean, it tells me a lot about what he thinks. There's a reason why he has 2 divorces.
oh, okay.
And there's a reason why he can't keep a woman.
Yeah.
You know? And it just tells me his mentality of how he thinks about life and women. And to say that, you know, what kind of issue you have with your mother, because like women birth the next generation. So to be so utterly disrespectful and be like, oh, your role isn't important, really? Okay, all right. If I keep my legs closed, there's no more of anybody. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like if people are gone. Like there's no more human race. So you know, play with me, disrespect me if you want to.
Yeah. Now, on that level, are you divorced, or are you
No.
married, or
No.
boyfriend, or
No.
anything, single?
No.
Okay, so do you think that some things they say, or do you think that your mentality has broken up your relationships when these people have told you that you're like this?
No, nothing is broken. No,
Yeah.
nobody outside of my relationships have broken up my relationships besides us not being, compatible or on the right path, on the same path or
Mhm.
whatever it is. You know, like
Yeah.
that's it.
So with that being said, you're a life coach, right?
Yeah, I am.
And it's not to women; it's towards success.
Right,
So
and
people
I
wanna be
also
successful.
I actually coach a lot of more men than women.
Okay.
I do help a lot of women out, but a lot more men come to me. I think because they get a woman's perspective, and I'm so honest and blunt.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they ask me a lot about a lot of different issues about sex, about relationships, about communication,
Yeah.
about women's mindset. So I really do actually coach a lot more men. than
Okay.
women.
Now realize when I say this to my people out there watching, we are referring to generalization of men, most men that you run into, not all men in society,
No, I
because
don't
we're not all the
understand.
same.
No, I don't say all.
But
No.
what is the men that come to you the biggest mistake or issue that they have when it comes to women that you have to correct the men on?
Oh, I feel like it's dating trying to go out of their league.
Dating out of the league. I wanted to talk about that because I don't understand dating out of the league. Now, for me, I don't think I did see quite a bit of you talking on this as far as looks. Now, me being a big dude, I dated quite a few petite women that are very beautiful, but they've always been attracted to me by my personality. They definitely don't have money, but you know, I'm able to talk and joke with people and chill, and I'm very romantic, and so that's what attracted me, and to them and them to me. You know what I mean? Is the fact that we can communicate on that level. Now, you feel like looks definitely play a big part, as whether you're 5 or 8 or 9.
Yeah, I think sexual attraction plays a big part.
Oh, okay,
So, and everybody's different. Everybody has their own, you know, there's not like a standard. I feel like everybody has what they want and, you know, their needs. And I think a lot of the guys that come to me, they expect the women that they like to like them back.
Yeah.
And like, that's not.
Is there some secret to spitting game or talking yourself up, or
I don't
what they
know.
call hollering at a woman or something? You know,
Is there a secret?
is there a secret? Is there something that you know that always seems to work?
It's not going to work on everybody. You can't you cannot manipulate or finesse a woman into liking you. She either likes you or she doesn't. You know.
But your approach, I noticed you got to have a proper approach
It does.
because the first impressions always matter.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now, what's the biggest thing that guys screw up with first impressions when they're approaching a woman?
Saying some stupid shit. I feel like guys talk themselves out of
Yeah.
pussy
That's definitely me.
on a consistently. Like, oh man, people need to shut up. Like, he was here and now it's not happening anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that happens a lot.
Yeah.
Guys will talk themselves out.
Okay.
It's often like, just be quiet. You know, they might say something stupid. I remember a guy told me, like, before we go out on a date, like, you better not have slept with anybody. Like, hold on,
What?
wait, I wasn't even going to, but like now I kind of want to, and fuck you, I don't want to date anymore, you know? Because like, how are you gonna tell me, like, before we go on a first date, you're already like trying to control it? No, I'll pass. I feel like guys like talk too much sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
Talk their way out of it.
Now, would you prefer a broke man that's handsome or a rich man that's ugly?
Broke
There's
man
no in
that's
between.
handsome.
A broke man that's handsome.
I've dated too many of those.
What, the
That's
rich
me,
ones
though.
that are
I feel
ugly or
like
the broke ones that are handsome?
the broke ones that are handsome.
Oh, that's your type right
Yeah.
there?
It's not my type, but it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Because
happens.
mine is crazy. I always find crazy for some reason.
Yeah. Are they pretty?
Yes, they're pretty. They're crazy.
See? It's gonna give and take.
Yeah.
You can find, it's possible to find both. I mean, I've dated guys who were attractive and had money,
Mhm.
so I mean, you definitely can have both.
Okay.
But genetics are important to me because I feel like your children come out looking like the man, and that's actually scientific
Mhm.
because women, we have the baby, we carry the baby, so we actually connect with the child for 9 months.
Yeah.
The man doesn't connect with the child until they see themselves in the child.
Oh.
So that's an actual thing.
Yeah.
And so a man has to see himself in the child to connect with the child and be like, oh my gosh, that's mine, that's me. Because you guys don't carry the child for 9 months.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to have my child come out looking like a rat.
Hey,
I'm just saying, that's important.
And to the girls that have ugly babies, man, it's the man you chose.
Beyonce. I'm just playing. I don't
Oh,
want to
man, that Jay-Z face? Oh, man, that's...
Don't do that. Stop. Stop it.
So that brings me to the next topic. The whole Fiona and Shrek concept here. Oh, I'm going to let you explain it, but first, let's go and take a look at that.
It was called Why Aren't Black Women Submissive? I believe that's what it was called, that I was on, and I ended up being on with a guy who was the biggest bitch in the manosphere. Okay, so you guys can go check that one out. I did. I went off on him. I told him the truth. He's gonna talk crap about all these women, but he needed to take a good look at himself in that mirror and figure out why he's a 40-year-old incel. Because that mirror will tell him why. That mirror will tell the truth. Because you look like a Jolly Rancher. You look like a Tic Tac. Okay? There's a reason you're a reject of America. There's a reason these American women are no good to you. Because you're no good for them. Okay? So after I went in and I read him to filth, and yes, I told him that his profile picture, he looked like he was walking on his fist like a gorilla. And he was like, oh, it's because I'm black. It's because I'm dark skinned. No, everybody else here is dark skinned and they don't look like a gorilla. Nobody else looks like a gorilla but you. And honestly, me calling you a gorilla is disrespectful to the gorillas. Okay? Disrespectful to the gorillas. And I guess he was mad because I said, no one wants his rat babies. Well, I mean, nobody does. Okay, he looks like an ogre. He wants a Fiona, but he has to understand when you an ogre, you gonna get the ogre Fiona. You're not gonna get the princess Fiona. Because did Shrek, when Fiona got with Shrek, Fiona turned into an ogre like Shrek? Did she or did she not? When Fiona got with the ogre, did she stay a princess? Or did she follow the leader and become an ogre like the leader? See, he wants to get bad bitches to be ogres, and we don't want to be ogres with you. Okay, that's the truth. Be mad at me. Cry in your pillow. I don't care. Okay, you 40-year-old man, you're the age of my parents. And you arguing with 20-something-year-olds. Boy. Anyway, okay.
All right. let's go ahead and talk about that. First thing I gotta ask is the faces. What were you feeling that day? Because you were passionate about that with the faces.
I was just I was in the moment. I was with my best friend was there, and he's this gay guy, and so we're a little bit extra when we're around each other. So I was turned up that day, and these guys were trying me, and so I decided to say what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
So
I don't know why I'm like this.
Yeah, that's all you. That's your extra.
That was the extra. That was inspired by my gay friends for sure. That was inspired.
All right, so getting into that, it was an ugly dude insulting you, and
Yes.
how'd that whole thing play out? 'Cause that was live, right?
Yeah, So I mean that was a lot. That happened all over quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
So I started my YouTube channel over quarantine, and it just like blew up pretty. Like my name kind of blew up pretty fast because I argue with a lot of guys live on panels. I'm pretty quick-witted, and so this one guy, he came on and he tried to start something with me, and I ended up going back and forth. And he called me Winnie the Pooh, and so like he got called a few names as well. And so we went back and forth, and I embarrassed him because he doesn't know that I actually grew up with a lot of guy friends, and so I'm used to clowning and like kind of like throwing things and talking shit to each other. Like I'm used to that.
Yeah.
So I'm good at it, and he didn't know, and he walked into a fire pit.
Hell yeah. All right, so he wasn't ready for it. He wasn't ready for the fire. Are you fiery like that all the time? When it comes to...
It just depends. Like I feel like I'm like, don't start no shit, won't be no shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like I'm pretty chill.
Okay.
Until someone's messing with my friends.
Mm.
Or with me. It's
Yeah.
like that's when
Because
we have a problem.
when I first heard about you, I was a little worried. Because I heard that you were the man hater.
Yeah, I got that from Facebook.
Oh, that's where they coined the term
Yeah,
for you?
because I was always posting stuff on Facebook.
Mhm.
And on Facebook, you don't really get to explain yourself.
You don't.
You just put a sentence, you put it out there, and nobody really gets to figure out like, okay, well, there's other possibilities. What is this about? Like you don't get to go deep into that one phrase that kind of like catches people's attention and maybe pisses them off a little bit, or triggers them to like start a conversation. Because I've had a lot of my Facebook posts get like hundreds of comments. I've had quite a few that like hit like 700-800 comments.
I see your following is huge right now, and it's growing like exponentially through YouTube.
YouTube is
IG.
getting crazy.
Yeah,
for sure.
So 1,100 followers in a matter of a couple months.
Yeah.
Right. That's pretty good because I'm only at like 50.
And I noticed that my views are a lot. Like I have like 5,000 views on some videos.
Yeah, and only a month down or a couple weeks down.
Right. Where other people who have like tens of thousands of subscribers barely have like 500 views, 1,000 views on their channels. I'm like, wow, this is crazy that I'm getting this much traction, and I think it's just because I'm controversial. I've had people message me, and like some of my friends have been like, sending me videos of people like that people made about me.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, they're like, did you see this? And I'm just like, yeah. Did you see my review on it? Like, you can go watch it too. They're like, why'd you say it like that? Why'd you say it like this? And I know you, and you didn't mean it like that, and blah blah. And I'm like, it doesn't really matter because people can go to my channel, they can watch what I have to say, and they can make their own inferences. If they want to go off of what somebody else says about me, that's on them.
Yeah.
I don't really care about that. So.
Yeah. So throughout the growth and success of your show, I'm sure you've encountered the things where setbacks or problems or issues or struggles where you got to pull through. Like you said, you started kind of in a garage area, and now you're working with better camera, better lighting for yourself. What are the struggles you've been through in life?
Which one?
Too
many.
We can pick one or two. I'll talk about
Too many. I've had a lot of life-changing events. I've had a lot of like rock bottoms. I've had a lot of L's. I feel like I've taken a lot of L's in life, like a whole lot of them, where it's like it just kept hitting a wall so many times, and it's like I have to recalculate, kind of go another way, drop things. I think people have thought that maybe like I maybe gave up or quit, on stuff, but it was like to me, I felt like I just had to make another decision. Like I'm not gonna keep hitting a wall and busting my head open. I'm gonna like hit the wall, and be like, okay, let me recalculate. I need another direction. I need to have another path, and it's like that's the way that I move. So I think for me, I've taken a lot of L's when it comes to I was starting my own television series. I had to write a script. For me. I got the writer, I got the producer, I casted the actors, I did everything. All I needed was the money for the budget. Money always just seemed like the issue.
Oh man, that's the biggest.
You know what I mean? Money just always seemed like the thing that was just like stopping me. I needed the money, and so I ran into somebody because I'm a networker.
Yeah.
So I was actually networking at the W, and I ran into somebody who was like, he said he invests in a lot of indie films. And I was like, oh, perfect. This is exactly who I need to talk to. I knew I was going to meet somebody today. You know, I go, I meet up with him. We sit. I bring my laptop. I show him everything. I show him all the documents. You know, my team is waiting for me and everything.
Yeah.
And then he goes, you know, you'd be better as a kept woman. What if I just gave you like $7,000 a month? And I was like, how fucking disrespectful. Like, I left. I cried in my car. I was just like devastated. And I realized, like, I'm like, I can't even do business by myself because, like, you know, these men don't want to do business with me. And that happened to me a lot. Like, a lot. Whereas, like, these men don't want to do business with me. They'll tell me how talented I am or how beautiful I am. Or how they want to make music, because I got into making music. How they want to make music or whatever. And it's like, I had to sleep with them. And it was like, I thought you believed in me. I thought you said I'm talented. I thought I'm a great performer and I'm an entertainer and I'm a writer and I'm this and that. We can make money together. Why are you fucking that up with trying to sleep with me? You know? And then just to kind of disrespect me, like, oh, you do better. Like, fuck this writing scripts thing. You do better as a kept woman, as a fucking house whore. Like, it was just so disrespectful. And, you know, and it's like, that's just, I experienced a lot of that. Like, a lot of that. And just trying to, like, do things the right way and not, like, fuck my way into the industry or into success. And that has been such a hard thing, because I think a lot of men believe that it's so easy for women. Because they're like, men want to give you guys money. Yeah, if we suck their dick. You know? They don't want to just, it's like, men actually give, like, they'll bail their homeboys out of jail. You know? They'll invest in their homeboy's business. You know, but when it comes to a woman, I'll invest in that. I'll help you, but I also want this too, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's like, as men, you guys really do get a lot from each other, just being like, I believe in you. I'll help you out. You're my bro, you know? And I feel like as a woman, there's like this ulterior, like, you know, you also, you know, it's like sometimes, and not everybody, because now I have a really great, my CEO's amazing, and he's awesome, and he's all about, like, just what I offer as a, you know, he really believes in me, and he also has a lot of other women working for him because he believes in the power of women, you know? And so he's very respectful, so I'm glad that I found that.
So who are you working under now? Let us know who he is.
Well, it's not in this industry, it's in my business. I do venture capital work. So I'm very into, like, business and helping projects get money and things like that. And so I actually detoured from the entertainment industry and got into business because I'm like, money's an issue? Okay, I'm going to make my own money.
Because you were speaking on how you made a comment to somebody like, I don't get money from YouTube. I work my ass off for my money and I do this. Even though you're very successful at what you're doing as far as your show.
I haven't started making money off of YouTube like that.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm not making money from YouTube. I do because I like to do it and I like to talk. I like to say what I want to say and hear what other people have to say and, you know, start conversation and get people thinking and, you know, like, it's just called more awareness. And so that's my whole purpose, is just to create more of an awareness, to get people talking, to get people thinking, to get people reevaluating themselves.
Now, let's talk about this. What is it that makes a person want to say, your ankle tattoo makes you a horrible person? Like, I didn't get what it was saying either. Like, there's a clip, if you watch your show, there's a clip where literally the dude tries to pick out something bad about you.
Yeah.
And he says, look at your smile, it's a fake smile. Now look at her ankle tattoo. Red flag right here.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? Like, people are so quick to judge one another.
Yeah.
I don't feel like you judge people, but I do feel like you have your standards.
Yeah.
To have standards is not judging one another. It's just having your standards where you put yourself. Now, how do you feel when people come at you in such a judgmental, like you're this kind of type of person, to put you in that corner where they say, hey, you're just a video model. That's all you're going to be. Or, hey, you're supposed to be staying at home and I'll give you $7,000. Like, to be put in that small square, and how do you get out of that to let people know that that's not what you're doing?
I think because I've dealt with it for so long. When I was in college, I had a very similar experience to this happen. And my spirit told me I was being prepared for something on a bigger scale. And now I'm like, okay, this is like part of what it is, you know? Because in college, I had a lot of rumors being made up about me. And I had to just kind of, like, at first I fought it, and the more I fought it, the more people believed them. Yeah. You know? And so when I finally just wore the scarlet letter and was like, fuck it, okay, if you think I'm a whore, then I'm a whore. You know, everybody left me alone.
Yeah.
And of course that was before being a hoe was cool and the whole Cardi B and all
Cardi
this stuff
B, yeah.
going on, you know, like that's before all this was cool. So it was like really bad. And I just had to just like accept it and be like, you know what? And I realized a lot through that like it didn't stop me from dating because men still wanted to find out, well, is it true? You know what I mean? Like, I don't care what those guys say. Guys always they know the truth. You know, a lot of guys know the truth. They know that like guys will call girls a hoe if they can't get her. You know, like they just know that. So it's like they want to kind of find.
Or if they just got left by them.
Right. It's always something. They're like, I know how guys really are. So
and you know, you're not going to find a good relationship where somebody's not been a bad one. Because in order for somebody to break up, it's got to be a bad relationship at some point.
Yeah.
So you're going to have those discerning thoughts about each other. Like, oh yeah, shitty relationship, this happened. But you didn't remember, you're not going to speak about all the good shit, to highlight everybody.
That's true. That's true, because there's a lot of good stuff that happened. That's why you stay in there. But I think this guy, these guys, they're really mad about what I say. And I can understand because I'm pretty abrasive.
Yeah.
And so he went to my Instagram and just tried to like find things about me.
It was so funny. What's that one called? Because we shot a clip of it, but what's the whole one called? Do you remember which one that was called?
He put it on his channel. I don't know if he took it down. I know he took it down and he put it back up because he saw that I did a review.
Well, you did the review on your channel. I checked that out.
Yeah.
That one was so hilarious. To see you comment on him like he was searching so hard. So y'all take a look at that. We'll make sure we list it on the videos.
Yeah.
But, so that being said, you're not you're not a big fan of it, but you're often brought into controversy.
It's crazy because it's like at the same time I think that because I was thinking about this, I was like I do a lot of self-evaluation. I'm like, did I create this? Because like, why is it something that continuously happens in my life? Like, am I creating that? Because I will look at myself and be like, is that me? And I do know that I when it happened back when I was in college, I was going off on somebody and they recorded me going, you know, they didn't record me going off. I went off and then they press record and then the person went back off on me. And so they missed everything that I said and then that went viral. Like a guy, so it sounded like he was like calling me out when really I was calling him out. And he was just making up a bunch of stuff. Yeah. Oh man, it was so bad. So it was so bad. So, you know, I'm like, I'm a little bit of a hothead. You know, I'm a little bit, I will pop off. The whole reason why all this has happened is because I popped off on that guy. You know, like I was hotheaded. I was a hothead because they were disrespecting the women that I brought on the show. And they were just saying some horrible things and the stuff that they said about women and stuff like that, like, yeah, it pissed me off. And so I felt like I was, you know, I said
you expected them to attack you, but not your friends that you brought on.
Yeah, it was
it's
like,
kind of out of bounds too.
Yeah, it was kind of like, oh, you're coming from, but once you start coming for them, and I brought them on to kind of show, they tried to say like, there's no submissive black women or whatever, you know, they say, and I'm like, I know a lot, so I actually brought like 5 of them that said yes, you know. These were all very like, just you know, good women that were just very like feminine and very submissive, and they don't like a lot of drama, and they're very like quiet, like calm spoken, soft spoken and stuff, and they're just being rude to them. And I'm like, I did not bring them on here for you guys to be disrespectful. So you know, they got it from me. And when it comes to like people that I feel like don't deserve it, I'm going to stand up for them.
No, let's address it because there is a difference between submissive and subservient. Now, subservient being that you think a person's beneath you and deserves to serve you.
Right.
Which I heard some of these men speaking like, the women are beneath me, they're supposed to serve me.
That's how
And
they feel.
when they're submissive, that means they're allowing you to lead them and that they're just as strong as you, but they're allowing you to be leader. Because in order for you to be leader, you have to have somebody who submits to you as leader. Otherwise, you're just calling yourself a leader.
Right.
You know?
It's funny that you say that because I just did a panel, I believe it was Friday, and I put it on my channel. And these guys were saying, like I said, you know, when it comes to submission, a woman allows you to lead. And they got so defensive. Like, they were pissed. They were like, a woman better never tell me that she's allowing me to lead. I can't, if I'm paying the bill, she better never say she's allowing me to lead. And I'm like, that's what it is, though. Like,
but they said she better not say it. They didn't say that that's not what it was. You know, I caught that. He's like, he didn't say that's what it wasn't. He just said she better not mention it to me.
I'm allowing you.
Yeah.
I can see that, but still, it's the truth. Like, you know, I'm like, you're the chosen one, so just appreciate that.
Yeah. comment that you were no longer feminine, you were fake feminine, and that you had the femininity pounded out of you. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at it. I just couldn't believe the way this was phrased. This was, damn, let's see.
Bubbly. You know, it's funny. I love girls who post pictures like these. Of course, it's not letting me. She's probably blocked me. Oh, there we are. See, this right here, gentlemen, this is called fake femininity. This is fake femininity.
This
This
guy
is not a genuine
here,
smile. This is a forced smile.
dude,
This is a
it's a photo shoot. I did a photo shoot for hair products and those shoes. I did a photo shoot. What do you think happens at a photo shoot? You think what? I was like really sitting in the grass like this, like on a casual day, like and you know, someone just snapped a candid photo of me? No, I did a photo shoot. That's what this was. So like, oh, that's not a genuine smile. Like, stupid, just
forced.
nitpicking. Like he's trying so hard, so hard, so hard, like a foot tattoo, and my smile isn't genuine.
This
Oh,
is a forced smile. Okay. This is not a
he's
genuine.
trying so hard.
This is not a genuine flag, or I'm sorry, this is not a genuine smile. You see, this is a woman trying to act feminine, but you see, the femininity rather has probably been pounded out of her
Oh my
probably
God.
10, 15 years ago.
10, 15? How old do you think I am? You think I got my femininity pounded out of me when I was 12? Sir, like that would be like rape or something. Like that sounds horrible. And also, during a sexual connection, you're actually giving and receiving feminine, masculine energy. Men give feminine energy to women. So actually, the more women have sex with men, the more feminine they become. That's why when men have sex with each other, they become extremely feminine. They don't get the femininity pounded out of them, do they? No, they don't. They actually get the femininity pounded into them. Interesting.
Ready? You ready? Hey, Black, you ready?
Yeah, I'm good.
They probably see me as a menace cause I talk my ish. And I can't wait to see their faces when I flood my wrist. Pardon my flex, but I forget those do coexist. That's why I move through the night like working graveyard shifts. Yeah.
So, interesting. Did that thought come off the top of the head right there?
I don't know. I'm telling you, I don't know where this stuff comes from. It's the spirit that guides me.
The way you analyze stuff is so funny. First, the Fiona and Shrek one, like, if women choose an ugly guy, they're going to turn into the ugly princess. And now this, so, this thoughts, what are the thoughts in your head about how does this come to be, the transaction of femininity being
I mean,
deposited?
you know that I hang out a lot. I hang out with a lot of gay guys.
Yeah.
And so I'm in the, I like being in the community and stuff like that. And I realize, like, these gay guys, like, they have a lot of sex. A lot. I mean, one of the ones I know just had, like, a tinsome or something. I don't know. It's crazy.
What? A tinsome?
I'm telling you. And he has this whole poly lifestyle. I don't know. Whatever. But they're having a lot of sex. And, like, they seem more and more feminine the more and more they have sex with each other. So, I mean, to say, like, the feminine got pounded out of me is a little crazy. Because it's like,
That's definitely a crazy statement, yeah.
technically, it's the opposite.
Your statement is equally as crazy. It's funny. So when you go into this, it seems sometimes it never seems like you're offended or defending yourself. It seems like you're just addressing situations.
Yeah.
But have you ever had a moment where it almost got too serious for you? Like, I don't want to speak about it, but when I do speak about it, like where you're so passionate, where your emotions get a hold of you.
Oh yeah, there was a time where I was gonna speak on something, and it was on my father. Someone tried to come at me about my dad and was like, "You're a spoiled brat," and called me like a said I was acting like a, I don't know, light-skinned princess or whatever. He said, I don't know, saying a lot of things to me, and was like, "You had your dad in your life. He was just in the military." And it's like, okay, but like that doesn't. I was still abandoned, you know. Like, and it's like it was like minimizing my experiences. And it's like, you know what? That's not even where I would even want to go and talk about, you know, because it's like my experiences with my father being in the military and him having to go to Iraq for 2 years and him suffering from PTSD and dealing with his own traumas and like not being able to be there for his family because he's going through like emotional problems is like, I'm not even going to touch that. Like, that's not even, you know, like, that's not even your business. That's not even something I'm going to go into.
And I mean, it didn't make you. You made yourself, and the things that you experienced made you. So yeah, I hate when people sit there and try to go back. But me having an own book, I kind of spill everything. So that way nobody can use anything against me. And I believe that our stories are what make us, you know. Yeah. And this is one of the stories I want to see if I can get you to tell. I know we've all had them. You're not under the age of over 21, so you have to have a drunk story.
Oh gosh.
You gotta have a drunk story.
I was 22. Okay, so my 21st birthday, I just got high as hell. To be honest, I was pothead in college, and so I just got like I didn't drink like that. I was super high on the 21st. So my 22nd, I actually hadn't drank for like months, anything like that, and me and my friends got together, and I was like, we're gonna get fucked up, you know, white girl wasted or whatever, right? Yeah. So like, we were friends like, yeah, let's go. I had one friend who was like 19. She wasn't even of age, but somehow she was getting into all the clubs on bars on 6th Street. Yeah. And so happens. My birthday is on daylight savings, where I get an extra hour to party. And now I'm 22 on 6th Street.
And they're giving you a free shot every bar you go to.
Every single one I'm going to. I'm talking about. I have my head like this. You know, like they're pouring drinks in my mouth, pouring vodka shots. Like, yeah. And I mean, I'm talking about like, they're giving me free drinks and people that are there, they're just passing me drinks. I feel like I counted like 20 drinks. Wow. But I remember counting to 12 or 13. Yeah. But after that, I don't remember too much. And then we had an extra hour to party. So I was just taking shots and I was just drinking. And for some reason, I was like, oh, nothing's happening. I'm good. And then it all hit me at once.
Yeah, once that adrenaline kicks out, like your adrenaline keeps you going from the beginning.
Yeah. No, it all hit me at once. I blacked out. I woke up in the hospital.
Oh, shit.
I was one of those girls that was taken to the ambulance.
Damn. Did you hit the ground or something? Or?
No, I remember sitting on the ground, but I was blacked out, and I was like, and I was throwing up, and like, yeah.
Did you get the charcoal in the stomach?
No. Oh, okay. They didn't do it, no.
Yeah, that shit hurts. I got charcoal. No. Not from drinking, just from other shit.
Eating charcoal.
Yeah, charcoal is not fun. But you know, you gotta smoke to even it out. I learned that. Drinking and smoking even it out. Oh. You know, at this time, we got a golden record for you. Because I know you're going somewhere a lot quicker than me. And once you become famous, I'm cashing this in for some money. So, and you, by the way, you know why you have so many views? Why? You have so many haters because the person who loves your stuff will watch it once, give you a thumbs up, and say, I love it. The person who hates it will watch it 4 times to tell all of his friends how much he hates it. You know what I mean?
Send it to everybody, right?
That is what it is. Because to have everybody share your stuff so much, like, look at what this is disgusting. Yeah. And then somebody else has to get on it and share it and say that it's disgusting. And before you know it, you're sitting there famous like you are.
That's what happens.
So what's the next moves? While you can go inside this, it's your whole record. So sign your signature, draw a picture, whatever you want. What's the next big moves we got for you?
Next big moves, I'm still going to continue with my show. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do live talk shows, shows in the studio. I'm thinking about maybe even doing like a travel one when all this Corona stuff, you know, like phases off. I got my passport. I'm ready to go. Make some music. Mm-hmm. I want to make some music again, and definitely just get back into entertainment. And I love skits. I do a lot of like comedy skits and stuff like that.
I'm working on a sketch comedy troupe to come here and start filming a comedy show on that. You know, recently got picked up by Biz D channel on Roku, so much appreciated. And I'm trying to bring them a lot of content for their channel, so I do want to bring a comedy troupe here and do some sketch comedy here. So hopefully I can have you out for that. That'd be hilarious. Yeah. Besides that, Je Amore travels the world to taste foods, and that sounds like a good idea right there.
That's gonna be my food.
I don't know. Whoever travels the world, I would watch the ones where they taste food.
Food sounds, that'd be great. Like I love going to really nice restaurants. So
I just can't eat eyeballs. Like I can't eat anything weird like that. That's never been my thing. So with your show, I didn't watch it to the end for any episodes. Do you have a sign off on the show?
a sign off?
A sign off, yeah.
I don't have to speak. It's just you know.
Ooh, now's your
more
chance.
with more awareness.
Oh, get right there, right there. Go ahead, tell the audience your sign off real quick.
Thanks for tuning in. I am Je Amore with Amore Awareness.
Hey, and I'm Smiles the Influence. This is Beautiful Drunk Show. Remember, may your smiles change the world, but never let the world change your smiles. So we right here, man. Beautiful Drunk Show. I'm Smiles the Influence. We got 1T, 2 L's with us right here. 1T, 2 L's. You did the cheers early on me, man.
I did. I'm ahead of you.
I got you though right here, man. I'll pull a little one up for you.
No, you can give me a full one.
Give you a full one? Okay.
Big boy, I can do it.
Hell yeah. So cheers, man, because we made it out the mud, literally, man. I remember it.
For fucking interactions.
Interactions. So before we get into the deep questions, let me say this. Me and this man were the interactions together. The worst job ever. I think they're now closed down. Hopefully.
Yeah, they closed shortly after we left.
We got fired.
No, I left.
Oh, okay.
No, actually, no. I did get fired.
Everybody got fired there before you got past your 9 months. So that way they didn't have to pay you extra money for the bonuses and shit they were talking about.
Ain't that a bitch? I didn't know that they did that.
Hell yeah.
They were just looking for a reason, huh?
Mine was showing up late on time. But, so 1T, 2 L's, man. Let's get to it. You are now, what, a musician, a producer, what, a visionary? Like, you got so many things added to your list now, man.
Just a public figure all around, man. Now, I'm a producer, as well as, of course, I make beats. I write songs. I don't play any particular instrument. You know, I can mess around with like a MIDI controller for all the audio people who know what a MIDI controller is.
The one where you just hit the blowing buttons, right?
Yeah, or like that's I think you're referring to like an MPC that has like the little squares that you make beats with.
I'm not the audio person.
I know. A MIDI controller it was just look like a keyboard, bro.
Oh, okay.
Just like a keyboard, so like I can play around on that, but I'm not classically trained or nothing like that.
Okay, can't bust down no Beethoven. All right, I hear you. So when you let's talk about that a little bit about producing beats and everything. Is it ear for what people? Because when people describe it, they say, "I want to hear a little boom, boom," and then a drop, and then I want to come back in with a. And then how do you make sense of that shit? Because I've heard people explain that to me. I'm like, you want a beat that sounds like a Drake beat, a Drake type beat? Like I can type that in and look it up.
Right. It's funny that you actually asked me that because I was actually working with an artist earlier today. Shout out Rude Boy the Shada. We were just talking about like terminology, how to really communicate what you want, to the producer or to people who are trained or have a little bit more knowledge as far as the terminology. And you just like I just called it boom boom boom. I just want some more boom boom boom. I was like, what is that, bro? You just want some drums? Like, yeah, I just want some boom boom boom.
Yeah,
and that ain't boom 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 enough, and all this other shit. But when you work with an artist enough, of course that chemistry comes.
Yeah.
And then you can
decipher their terminology.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
The other thing is, we work down south. Like, there's a big issue with people wanting to put too much fucking bass in their song. Are you having to tell people to back off bass, or you just go all the way with the bass like they want? Or is that what it's about? Like, is that still what music's about down south? Because
I've never had that. I have not had that issue with someone wanting too much bass. I mean, really.
you work with a lot of lyrical individuals, though. They got the smart talk, so they don't need bass.
Well, I mean, even then, as an artist, I always tell any artist that I work with, you work or focus on being the artist. I'll worry about making the beat. I'll worry about making sure the beat is where it needs to be, how it needs to be, and the engineer will work on bass, frequencies, things like that, because that's what the engineer is supposed to do.
I always get them two mixed up. All right, hell yeah. So, yeah, that's what the engineer does.
Right.
You make sure that it's good on your sound, your car radio, your
Make sure it sounds good everywhere.
Okay, yeah. Is that a lot harder than what you're doing, or is that just a different task that you haven't conquered yet?
I can do both. Like, I went to school for music, production and management.
Explain that lyrical background there, man, because schooling matters. Like, I'm self-taught on everything I did. But
Schooling
people want schooling better.
Schooling does matter. I learned a lot from it, obviously, as far as technique and the right way to do things. My biggest takeaway from school was the networking. And
is that like lasting friendships with your friends in school, or you learned how to go outside of school and make conversations and business meetings and shit?
both.
Okay.
Definitely both. And it's something that I've always been able to reach in my back pocket and make useful whenever I need to. Putting me in any situation.
Oh yeah, man. So that's the production value. Now, as an artist, as a musician yourself, because let's talk about it. Last time you were here at my place, we were recording one of your songs. Am I correct?
Yeah.
When I say recording, I don't mean we were making one of your songs. We were recording a music video for your song that you had already created.
Right. Trunk Full of Lotus.
Yes, Trunk Full of Lotus.
Yeah.
Now, before we play this video, I want you to get into how this came about, how you started with music. Because are you done with music yet, or are you still a path that you continue?
No, I'm definitely still doing the music. I just released a new song with CP Looney and Tyler Boy this past couple weeks ago, a week ago.
A week ago. Yeah, a weekend ago.
You know better than I do shit.
Yeah, because I've been waiting for it. I've been waiting for that to come out. The way that you planned it and the way that you advertise that, it's been looking like the dopest video forever. And I was just talking to my last artist that I interviewed right before you. And I was telling her, Janae, I was saying, this dude is the first person to have that production value where it's old school. Is that the one you're talking about, where it's kind of old school
it's
time?
like a period piece.
Man, and not just guns waving and the smoke and, you know what I mean? Like, I like that. I like that idea behind it.
I'm so sick of seeing that shit, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're grown now. You know what I'm saying? We ain't no young niggas in the streets no more.
Yeah.
I was never really super deep in the streets like that. It's like carrying guns and shit like that. And like, I did my
as far as the kid mentality, you have that.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're grown up. So, I told everyone come through, with a button-up shirt, and even better if you can make it look like,
early 1900s.
It was like 1920s, 1930s, Harlem Nights era.
Fucking Harlem Nights,
yeah, absolutely.
That's the vibe I got for him.
It was really good, man. It was really good. Everybody that came through, they came out looking good. The performers did a wonderful job. Shout out to Legend Already Made. He came through, did a spoken word, so that was real cool. Legend Already Made. He's always rocking top hats and 3-piece suits and things like that, doing his thing. So it was a must to have him there.
Yeah.
And everybody came out looking good. Everybody had a good time. So,
now we ain't getting into those videos just yet.
No, not yet.
No, not yet, man. I got more questions for you. So, on your progression, on what you're doing, obviously there are setbacks.
Yeah.
What are some of the setbacks you had with 2020? Because now we're in 2021, but 2020 was a hell of a year. Did coronavirus stop you? Did it put you back? Did you proceed through it? And besides coronavirus, how was 2020? Did people fuck you over? You know what I mean? What was popping off?
Corona didn't really stop much as far as what I had going on. 2020 was still a bitch of a year because Trunk for the Lotus, the song came out, but the video never came out. So showing it here on the Beautiful Drunk Show is actually going to be the first time that it's ever been released publicly. And the video is like a year old. And
it's been a year?
It's been a year. It's been a year, bro.
Yeah.
Straight up. And I'm actually showing it here with you because I shot it here with you.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? So, I appreciate you bringing me out for that. or it's for this, and I'm going to make it that much more special by providing that. But the reason that the video never came out was basically because it didn't come to where I felt like it needed to be. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't fully developed. It wasn't fruition. It wasn't the fruits you wanted to develop.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
It didn't. It wasn't my full vision. I had some notes for the editor of the video, and they basically pretty much ignored my notes. Took them like months to even give me like a rough draft of it, and they had stuff in there that I didn't want. Like you'll see shots in the video that I didn't want, and it's actually missing a lot of different shots. Like there was even a part from that night. There was I remember Jay Klein and Fetty Knox. They did shot Fetty Knox and Jay Klein. They did a shotgun. They did the beer shotguns. I don't know if you remember that.
No, a lot of drunk and stuff. I kind of like partially remember that shit.
It happened in the kitchen.
Oh, I do remember the kitchen party turned up.
Yes, but it cheers, good time. Cheers to that. But that's not even in the video. Yeah, like that was a great part, and like it's even more so great because the fact that like Fetty Knox doesn't drink very much, so the fact that we got him to do that was even more cool. But it's not in the video, but I have the footage.
Yeah.
I never took it to any other editor to get it worked on. Why?
Out of respect, or
I don't know if it's necessarily out of respect, but I think it was more so because I didn't want that editor's work to see the light of day. Honestly, it was more of a personal thing. But at this point, it's like that's time and money that I put in. That what's the opposite of proud? I'm not ashamed of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At all. In any way, it's just not as good as I knew it could be.
I ain't gonna lie. You walked away and I had 2 suitcases of beer. It was a good night.
Oh yeah.
You got me 2 suitcases of beer.
Yeah.
I do remember that part of the night. But yeah, man. Sometimes the fruit we reap aren't what we planted.
Yeah.
And it happens. There's been a lot of times where I start a show, I think everything's going smooth. All of a sudden, my fucking my mic dies, or my battery dies, and now it makes me more weary of when I'm controlling the situation. Now, and people will say, "Oh, you're micromanaging." I ain't micromanaging. I'm sure you're the same way. Like now that I've had so much stuff go wrong, whenever I'm gonna dish you out this task, you out this task, you out this. We're a team. Let's get it done. And then none of the team members do their shit, and then you're stuck in the wind. Like, dude, you said you had it bad. I mean, that's something that's hit me a few times where it's like, shit. I don't work with anybody anymore. I do all my own filming. I used to do it live because I had a person behind the scenes. Now I don't.
Yeah.
Has that changed the way you do business or the way that you're taking care of business? Are you more protective of each thing and you check up on people? You know what I mean? Because it's a necessity. I'm not going to say that. Whoever says I overdo it, I don't overdo it. I'm just been running into so many problems. I got to trust you 3 or 4 times to have to do successfully before I trust you to buy yourself.
Right.
How you feel about that, man?
I don't know if it's necessarily that for me, but seeing as how I am not a performing artist, but I am an artist who puts music together, original music together, and I feature other artists, who have their own lives, their own schedules, things like that. So if I, am wanting to work with an artist, I have to make sure that our schedules, align. They work well enough so that we can get something done in a timely manner. Because, I have a few songs that are done now, but it took like a year just to finish. Just because, the other artists that I'm working with, they have their own. Drake making me burp.
Good thing, man.
The other artists, they have their own things going on. I just try to be respectful of their time. But of course, they need to know, or they need to realize and see that I'm serious about this. I'm not just throwing shit away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I do check in with them regularly just to make sure that it's still something that's on their to-do list if it hasn't already been done.
Yeah.
Or if there's an artist like all this month I've been doing free exclusive production with anyone that pulls up on me.
I've been hitting people up with that plan because that is a good deal.
I appreciate that. Aggies came through to work with me. Shout out Aggie, Clado, Rude Boy the Shada, Swagger P, I'm Young and BU. Who else? Jay Klein. A few other names that I really can't even mention right now who are working with me.
It's been a blessed time.
It's been a hell of a start for 2021 because 2020 has been a bitch for sure. But to answer your question earlier, I kind of danced
I'm enjoying it. Go ahead, talk about it.
But yeah, to answer your question, I try to be as respectful of my collaborating artists' time as possible, but making sure that they know, I'm not just waiting. I'm not going to wait forever for this shit to get done.
Yeah.
Because I have shit that I'm trying to do, same as you.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to have my music done, and I can sit on it for a while.
Yes, that way you can build up
shit out.
That's exactly what you did with the Mud Baby. You sat on it for a bit, and you showed clips, and you showed parts. And I've been wanting to fucking see that so much. The day you premiered it, I watched it twice.
I appreciate it.
Because that's what I was trying to analyze. I was like, the reason somebody puts so much hard work into before they even show you the thing is because it's that much work for you to pay attention to it. If I see somebody they share it for a week, hey, I'm about to have this, and boom, the next post is here it is.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, it's another thing. You obviously didn't put that much work into it because you didn't share that time to dedicate to it to how important it is.
It just looks like a throwaway.
But your thing for what, 2-3 months? You sat there and gave us little clips, little feeds, little pictures, and so that's what made me want to see it. And I've been telling you when you finally hit me up, you're like, all right, I'm ready. It was about time. I've been wanting to see this. That's the first thing you took me the phone. Like, is it about the song that you made with the classic piece? And you're like, yeah, it's that one. Yeah, so I'm feeling that vibe. I'm feeling how you're doing production. And actually, which one do you want to go into right now? Do you want to check out the Mud Baby?
Yeah, we can show Mud Baby first, and then we'll come back to the other one.
All right, we're gonna check out Mud Baby real quick, y'all.
AONT, start me off, bruh.
On everything, this time I'm back, no pretending. This time I'm back with a vengeance. I done took my heart out, my feelings, put that shit back in these lyrics. They push my back against the wall, I still push them stacks to the ceiling. Then I put myself in position, had to get back to the business. As Lord is my witness, everything that I deserve, I'ma take it. You died in my talents, on the cool, you got me mistaken. I'm far from the basic, really should've been these niggas' replacement. The comeback that I'm about to make, finna go down as the greatest. I learned a lot of my lessons. I turn my stress into blessings, never could call on my partners. I guess they didn't get the message. I've been denied all my life, I never did get accepted. I shot my shot at these bitches, I always did get rejected. So I switched up the image, caught me a chain in the fitted. Designer kicks and these Gucci's on me, a limited edition. Oh, now they thinking I made it. In my DM blowing kisses, this shit ain't made me no difference to that young boy from the Coming trenches. Up, I was a mud baby, so I had to get it out the mud, baby. Couldn't trust the soul, not even blood, baby. Kept my faith and God, that what it was that made me. Coming up, I was a mud, baby, so I had to get it out the mud, baby. Couldn't trust the soul, not even blood, baby. Kept my faith and God, that what it was that made me.
Trials and tribulations turn into greatness. I never ran from my mistakes, stood my ground and I faced it. I see the world through a different lens, wasn't born to be basic. Not a jealous bone in my body, wasn't formed to be hating. I grew up different from these other niggas. Internet gangsters, that's why I don't associate with sucker niggas. Plotting on my downfall for no reason, so it's fuck these niggas. Been burnt by so many, I thought I love, learn not to trust these niggas. Tryna move my family from the streets to a big house by the beach. Mine ain't gotta work no more, just shopping sprees and lounging for weeks. We ain't tryna hurt no more, so my passion for this music run deep. Personal vendettas for any nigga that tried to play me for weak. I tell the truth when I speak, I spill my heart when I'm spitting. Not just rapping, feel it's my purpose, gift from God, it was written. And I can teach you about life if you sit down and just listen. Voice of the struggle, I'm with the game, been missing. Coming up, I was a mud baby,
So I had to get it out the mud, baby. Couldn't trust the soul, not even blood, baby. Kept my faith in God, that what it was that made me. Coming up, I was a mud, baby. So I had to get it out the mud, baby. Couldn't trust the soul, not even blood, baby. Kept my faith in God, that what it was that made me.
Nalumba Nuciferum. Believe your own thought. To believe what is true for you in your private heart is true for all men. That is genius. Speak your latent conviction. Incarcerated bars mixed with massive affliction. Phraseology exaggerated poetic diction. See, envy is ignorance. Imitation is suicide. But God will not have his work made manifested by cowards. Elocution, a claw, opprobrium with precision. Institutions so far controlling the young's decision. Hold your vision close with the most sufficient. See, nothing is sacred but the integrity of your own mind. And life for me is ephemeral, and that's a short time. My words are darts, sink into the ears of men. I put fear in them as well as necessary. Independent, conscious women lay their missionary. They could be formidable. How sad, that's pitiful. There's a city full of men to choose. You rather go and find a guy that's breaking the rules? Hey, can you move? Pardon me if I'm rude. I'm trying to park my car so I can get in my groove. Truth is handsomer than the affectation of love. Though I confess with shame the times that I have succumbed. What is life without fun? They say life with a none. Well, imagine life is numb, and after that there is none. And if your imagination is bad, imagine you have a good one. With consistency, a great soul has simply nothing to do. Decipher sagacity, remember nothing is new. My Lotus.
Let's talk about it, man. What's
you
it?
drunk for sure. You need another shot.
Yeah,
Yeah, my drink.
You double sipping, man. I be telling people that's pregame.
I don't. I brought my drink. I don't know if I was to bring my drink, if you were supplying the drink.
Man, you gotta read the flyer. I supply the drink, the interview, the promo. That's what I do, man. Because this is what makes us us. It's like the way you send yourself out to everybody, right? The way people view you. So I try to do everything to make sure that I don't look perfect in my audience's image, not the public image. I know the public don't always accept me, but the audience that I have, they do accept me and know what I'm about. How do you make sure that you are directing yourself to the right audience, to the right people, and not making the mistakes where you got to backtrack and say something different?
As far as saying something different?
As far as saying something different, your actions that you've done that cause issues, not just you, that when somebody else screws you over, how do you approach them, and they have a following, and you don't want to fuck over and get yourself stuck in a corner where everybody's against you? How do you approach
I give a fuck about whoever's following.
Am I tap in with you?
Yeah. I'm trying to find that. I give a fuck about whoever's following. But I will say, I have definitely had to take a moment to reevaluate how I
handle a situation.
Case in point, the Trunk for the Lotus video. The guy who shot it, Wade Thomas. I have no issues with Wade Thomas. I got no problem with Wade Thomas.
It was artistic differences.
There were some, I wouldn't even call it that. I didn't get what I wanted. Fine. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? I've already done my part as far as squashing that and letting him know I have no ill feeling towards him. I wish him the best. Mm-hmm. He didn't respond. Whatever. I said my piece. But when that situation was fresh, I was very annoyed with the fact that I was waiting so long, or I had waited so long for something that wasn't anywhere near what I wanted or what I asked for. Like I mentioned earlier, there were shots there that I wanted that weren't there, and there were shots that were there that I didn't want.
Now, did you include that in the edit? Like, I want these shots specific? Okay.
Or at least I know for a fact there were specific shots I said I don't want.
Okay.
But they were there anyway.
Yeah.
And of course, I don't have like the messages.
No, you ain't gonna do all that. No, I'm just wondering.
I'm not going to.
As a man, I shot my first fucking video for somebody, right? Mm-hmm. Hell, I'm not gonna mention names because they came across and said that I did a horrible job. They didn't like the edit. It was unusable, and if I didn't fix it, that it can't be used, and they need to be refunded their money. Now I'm gonna say this: the price I was $100 for the filming. I'll do the edit for free. So when they said they didn't like the edit, I said I'll send you over the film, but I'm keeping your $100. You know what I mean? Because $100 for filming, I don't think is bad for like 2-3 hours of filming.
That's still time that you put in.
All right, so I'm keeping that money, but I'm not. I didn't charge you for the editing. I gave you a free edit. You didn't like my edit. I'll give you all your footage and go somewhere else.
Sure.
And I don't know if they didn't like the edited footage or nothing, but nothing ever came out of it. And I didn't feel bad because I was paid what I did, and every time I shot something to the other person, I was like, "Do you like this?" Yeah, I like it. It's gonna be dope. All right, so then maybe my editing game was off because it's the person that edited.
Editing is difficult.
And he didn't tell me anything he wanted, but he also didn't tell me anything besides, "Oh, I just want it to look rougher." What the fuck does that mean? I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? But were you like that, or were you descriptive into what? I'm not trying to defend nobody. I'm just trying to absorb this because I was crazed by the way this man's like. How can you not like it? I didn't,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I'm pretty good with looking at something. People are like, okay, I know exactly what I don't like about it.
In a descriptive manner, you can tell
I can tell someone. It might be, a few words.
That helps.
So
It's a paragraph.
but you know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if either you could do it or you can't.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't do it, fine.
Yeah.
I think my biggest thing was the issue that I had with, where I went wrong with what he was already not jumping to because I made it clear, like, directly in personal messages, one-on-one messages, like, this is not what I want, you know what I'm saying? And blah, blah, blah. If we can't get it right, if you're going to keep, like, blowing me off, not answering me, not giving me what I asked for, I'll go public. And that's where that came from.
Well, it didn't get that big and out of control. I think y'all both handled it like men, and I never heard much about it.
Okay.
So that may be just me.
That's just you.
Yeah.
That's just you. That's definitely just you.
Cheers on that, man. Ignorance is bliss.
Cheers.
That was a great time. That was a great party. It was filmed here at my house.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Hell yeah.
Good time. Everybody came out, had a good time.
It's when I first had my king chairs. That's the chairs y'all sitting on over there, the king chairs.
I
Y'all
hate
remember
those
that
chairs.
from season 1 and season 2.
I hate those chairs.
Bad uncomfortable, right?
They're very fucking uncomfortable, and I'm big.
Yeah, no, I know, me too.
So I just look big as hell in little ass
Yeah.
chairs. That's what I didn't like about the shoes.
Yeah.
If you see the video, when you watch the video, you'll see me and Rude Boy Shada in those chairs. And I mean, he's a smaller
Dude,
guy.
all you do is put in that opposite fisheye lens to where it makes y'all skinny in the middle. We good.
Yeah.
That's that photo shot, dog.
Yeah.
I just compressed the video to where I look skinny and tall.
Yeah. But I just didn't like. I just looked like I was.
Did I look good in it? Did I make it to the cut? Did I make final cut?
Pretty sure you're in there.
Hey, that's what's up.
I think you're in the kitchen scene.
Hell yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. I'm glad I'm not in this non-rapping the scene because I was sitting in that chair not rapping shit. I was like, I don't know how to rap this song. Y'all gave me a couple cases of beer and liquor, so I was into it. I was already vibing. I was like, I couldn't do anything. I wasn't functioning.
I think you're talking about the cameo scenes at the end.
Yeah, when y'all sat me in the chair and had me rap the beat, and everybody was like rapping the same thing. I was like, I haven't been paying attention. I just been drinking and partying.
That's all good.
But no, I loved it, man. It was one of the first things I've ever been in, and it never got published, which sucks. Because since then I've been in 3 other people's videos, but yours was the first one I started it on. And man, anytime you want to use my place, anytime you want to come through, man, I'd enjoy it. I fucking fuck with you big time, man.
I appreciate that, bro. Sure.
Let me ask you about this though, because this is one thing that's been on my mind. Now, I always gotta ask random questions, but I see a teacup on you, man.
Yeah.
What does it represent? Because I got beautiful, and I got when fakes fly on the palms of my hands. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So beautiful always because, I think every individual is beautiful and Beautiful Drunk Show is, beautiful. Pigs fly is because everybody says, hey, you'll do something when pigs fly. So I figured I'd put a pig flying on my hand to let everybody know I'm doing shit.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
All right, so teacup.
We're here. Okay.
I think Alice in Wonderland, but I assume that's not what it is.
No, this is actually a matching tattoo for a friend of mine who has cancer, and I have the teacup, and they have a pair of tea bags.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Also.
Sorry, I had to keep a straight face when you say tea bags. Got the child mentality.
No. For like a lot of people, they'll see it and they'll laugh, or they'll hear it and they'll laugh. Yeah. But also it just it's also a reminder for me to just take it slow.
Take it slow, let it simmer, because you gotta let the tea rest in the hot water.
Right. And if you see that it's steaming hot, so just take it slow.
I like that.
I don't always take it slow. I don't always think about the things that I do, or really not reflect, but what's it, like when you proactively or before doing something.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to call for definition right here. Let's see. Yeah, that's the 3 streets of horror right there. So what is that word called? Proactive?
Proactively, like preemptive.
Aggressive, preemptive strikes.
Preemptive strikes. No, it's
self-care.
Just think this shit through.
Yeah.
Think it all through. Don't just jump into shit. And that's really something that I really need to do with everything, especially the music shit, because there was a time when I was just so excited that someone would even be willing to work with me that I'll just take whatever and whoever. Now I'm like, I appreciate that you're willing to work with me, but I'd rather pay to have this artist work with me.
You know what I do? I undercut myself. I don't give myself enough value sometimes because I'm so wanting to work because it's fun. You know what I mean? I feel you. I'm the same way because I'm learning how to charge properly for myself and not. And some people, they'll sit there and like, oh, you're overcharging. You're stealing out of these people's pockets. I don't think what I'm offering is stealing out of people's pockets. And people who do decide to come to me and work with me, they're more than happy to do it. But they're not the people that are complaining.
Yeah.
Nah, man, that's a twisted thing. You just put some thoughts in my mind right there, man. Yeah, man. Because I like that shit. That's why we do these interviews, is because your ideas, I assume, to become a better me. Just like I hope when I'm talking to you, the good stuff that I say rubs off on you. I mean, isn't that what we're always trying to do as individuals and as people? Is absorb other people's knowledge. Not steal from them, but absorb what they possess. That way we can become better people. You know what I mean? CBD, man, it's a wonderful thing. It heals them lungs. It's coughing up all that phlegm from your lungs.
No, straight up.
So, with that being said, man, what's the progression now? We keep it at 67 degrees.
67, I'm still sweating.
That's that liquor, man.
Liquor, yeah, straight up. Lord de Caña.
Let's take a quick break and check out the video. Notice what?
Trunk for the Lotus, featuring Rude Boy the Shotta and Token OG. This video has never been seen before. You're seeing it right here. First time, world premiere on the Beautiful Drunk Show.
Such a beautiful moment.
AONT, start me off, bruh.
Yeah, I've been jigging and finessing, I've been jigging and finessing. I've been jigging, one carry one. Drop for the Lotus, I'm a motherfucker for the city. Shut up. Now you can watch a young
Tony Ben said this is our world. I'm a young hot boy, need a hot girl. I just met a bad bitch and she like girls. She can smell some white girl off a white girl. I've been jigging and finessing, trying to make it out the trap. Put some water on my wrist just to compliment my neck. Real shot of nigga, I'ma die for respect. Roll with the tech, put some holes in your head. Ready for whatever when it comes to the moolah. Rolling up the Tupac, you hit with the ooh-wop. The game on my shoulders, it feels like a boombox. Smoke you some loaders, it hit like some moon rock. Run up the bag,
bag, I'm doing the dash. So self-driven, I hope I don't crash. She know what it is when it come to that bag. We gold in the streets, you niggas got plaques.
Took a little time, nigga, had to bounce back. Now you can watch a young nigga run it up. Bag at the bag, can't get no sleep. I'm thinking new ways how I could double up. Taught my girl how to way they, yeah. Finesse these niggas and stash my cut. Black boy, hot boy. Trunk full of loaders, I'ma fuck the city up.
Up through the night trying to give me a bag. Not going back, being broke, fuck the past. Taking over like some shotters, rolling with a shotter. No, we do not want the hoe with gelato. Just contemplating how we double up. Already knew the play, we didn't huddle up. Yeah. Work ethic speak for itself, I don't talk. Surrounded by fiends and I'm breaking them off. Let them boys get the tripping, got hitters with glizzies. If you want smoke, turn your head to a chimney. Just gotta pack in that shit moving quickly. Dog called it glue, guess I'm serving that stick. Ain't talking track when I say I'ma run it up. Ones that be doubting, I see you look dumb as fuck. Now it's no limit, like BG, I'm bout it. Trunk full of loaders, I'm a hot boy and pockets on game.
Took a little time, nigga, had to bounce back. Now you can watch a young nigga run it up. Bag at the bag, can't get no sleep. I'm thinking new ways how I could double up. Taught my girl how to way they, yeah. Finesse these niggas and stash my cut. Black boy, hot boy. Trunk full of loaders, I'ma fuck the city up.
My work ethic speak for itself, I don't talk. Surrounded by fiends and I'm breaking them off.
Smoke you some loaders, he hit like some moon rock.
Alright, man. You know what we gotta do? We gotta talk about it. So, I guess we're gonna talk about the misfunctions of it, you know, or rather what we disliked about the video. Now, I don't know about you, but what I saw maybe was there was that fathead dude up in the beginning, and I was like, damn, we don't even say that dude's fathead. You know, and that's one thing. You remember that fathead dude right there?
Who, me?
Yeah, no, not you, no. You do have a fat head, but I didn't say that. I'm talking about that dude, like just fat head dark, like it starts off and his head's like all squished up, and it's just like, you can see like his rolls on his fat head while the camera passes right there in the beginning. For like 2 seconds, I'm like, damn, that dude's fat head just threw me off. I don't know. Besides that, I'm telling you, man. What we're playing? If y'all are seeing this now, go ahead and rewatch it unless it's live. You gotta wait. But rewatch it, man. That dude's fat head disturbs you. I'm sure my people thought the same thing. Like when you see a fat head where it has like 3 fucking layers of meat on the head when they're leaning back like this, like don't that disturb you? I'm serious. That's the only issue I had with the movie. And I think the scenes where there was no color applied, there should have been some kind of a color cast on it because it would have matched how it has blue, greens, and reds.
In the kitchen?
Yeah, the kitchen. Yeah, the kitchen scene. We ain't gotta call it the kitchen scenes though, man. They didn't know it. They didn't show my kitchen like that.
Shit, you go back to you can see the refrigerator.
Oh yeah, you can see the
cabinets and shit.
All right, they got us. Yeah, it was the kitchen.
No, yeah, I kind of agree with that, but there are some other scenes in there of the kitchen scene.
Yeah.
That have like the blue color to it, so I like that. I don't remember everything that I had listed there, but looking at it again, this is my first time watching it in months. You know.
Yeah.
And there are a few things that are jumping out at me. Going, I guess, backwards. There's a lot of blank space at the end of the video. Like just black screen, black screen at the end of the video. I didn't like that.
I can definitely see why that would be an issue.
Especially considering that there was shots in there that I wanted that are not there. Like there's a lot more footage that could.
Did we stop filming like before the song ended? Like,
fuck no.
No, we had filmed so much footage.
Man, we filmed so much shit.
Yeah.
Like there's so much footage, bro. It's not there.
Hell yeah, man. Look, I was about to pour them up, but look, they magically appeared, dog. I think it's meant to be.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Lotus.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
Is an acronym. Leaders of the Independent Sound. Lotis. Lotus in the video was spelled the regular way, Lotus.
Oh wow!
I made that clear to them. They didn't make any changes. Where's my lighter at? You ever heard the white lighters are bad luck?
It started off black, but it had like black and it said with coffee and without coffee, and it was like angry face and without angry face. I don't drink coffee. I bought a big lighter and it had a design on it, and as I got drunk, I decided to scratch it off because there was a piece that was like flaking on me, and I was like, I gotta rip off this little flaking piece. Next thing I know, I peeled the whole thing off, and after you peel off the plastic big lighters, they're all white.
Right.
Story right there. Well, white lighters are bad. Look, I can peel off the blue, I'm sure.
This is blue. This is blue plastic. Look at that. That's not wrapped.
Oh shit! Well, how come the other ones are wrapped, man? I don't know.
Because the other ones have more promo graphics and shit on it.
Oh well, yeah, shit. That's what it was. Promo graphics. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like the coffee thing, and as I started scratching it off, that dude says the nervous itch and shit. Now that I say it, it sounds very tweaky, like, you know what I mean? But it wasn't no tweaky incident.
But back to the Trunk Full of Lotus video. I appreciate everybody that came out, including Wade Thomas for shooting it. That's time that
everyone's taking out of their day.
Time that he took out of the day to come be here and make it happen, and that's definitely not taken lightly. The video just never saw the light of day before today, or before now, because there are too many things that I see wrong with it.
Us drunk people are proud of it. Us beautiful drunks, we don't know, man. We don't know. We see the beauty out of everything, so we can't even say what's bad. Besides that fucking fat roll dude, that big head at the beginning, like, really disturbed me, man. Besides that, I like the video. There could have been more color during the kitchen scenes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But other than that, like, yeah, I like the video, man. I swear to God, man, when you see that head, it's gonna like stick out to you every single time you watch. Like, why do we see that fat head like that? It's awkward. And it's not your fat head.
I think if you're talking about what I think you're talking about Fetty Knox. You can't be talking about Fetty Knox like that.
I don't know, man. My bad. My apologies.
You can't be talking about
I'm not talking about an individual. I'm talking about a fat head. I'm not putting names on the fat head.
The fat head.
If it's your fat head that belongs to, I'm sorry. Man.
The fat head has a face.
It's just them levels, you know what I mean? Like,
it's cool. We're good.
Ogres is ogres. We talked about this earlier. No, my bad. My hope is not even because you recognize the fat head I'm talking about, obviously.
I think like the only big black head that I remember in the video was Fetty Knox.
So see, I'm not making it up. Then
I didn't say fat head though, and I wasn't talking about.
You just said fat head.
No, I said fat head.
The only fat head I know.
I said big head. I said big black head. That makes it sound like a pimple. Beautiful drunk show. Next question.
All right, man.
Where's my drink?
So, what are we seeking to achieve in our future, man?
Man, I just really want to be the best me that I can be.
Is this a permanent thing? Is this a lifestyle you're eventually going to get paid off? Are you paid off of it now, or are you still working a 9 to 5?
I'm getting paid. I mean, right now I'm doing those deals that are free exclusive for anybody that pulls up on me that I link with in person. But my exclusive prices are, normally $300 each, and they sell.
Man, dude, you know what? I gotta switch over what I'm doing. These interviews just don't get it. And whenever I'm asked to be a panel, it's always free.
No, you'll get there, bro. I like what you're doing with these interviews. I really do, because I've seen a lot of people try.
Yeah.
I've been of a few groups of people trying. And they just as good as they have of an idea, and they might even get it started, they just don't see it. They don't follow it through the whole way and continue to do it.
Yeah.
They'll have a few episodes up, and they'll stop, and they'll do something else.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're doing this. You're going into your 4th season.
No, we're actually in season 5 right now.
You're going into season 5. You're in season 5.
You're part of season 5.
We're in season 5 now. See, what I'm saying? That's a beautiful thing. Dude.
And I jest because I did get picked up by the channel Disney on Roku TV channel. Very blessed to be part of their source now, and we had a great deal with them. So eventually, money's going to come, but right now it's so fresh to me. But it's hard to get support from people that you work with. I mean, I think maybe it's different for you because you're obviously getting paid and people are supporting you. But have you ever had somebody like fake support you? You know what I mean? Like to where, hey, I'll do this, I got you, but let me get in for free, or let me catch a ticket, or you know what I mean? Like let me do this, and it's like I can't do that if I'm going to progress on myself. And have you had that approach to where people
making
assumingly
beats.
support you if they get shit for free?
Making beats, fuck yeah. Any producer or beat maker, any beat maker.
By the way, I jammed your beats that you sent me. I appreciate it. I'm not a rapper either, but I do. Those are some dope ass beats.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
1T2Ls.com.
I won't do nothing with it, but yeah, hell yeah, those are some dope ass beats.
Any producer, any beat maker, you know, starting off, they're always going to be contacted or run into those artists that be like, man, I got such a crazy following. I'm gonna share it so much, and so many people are gonna see it, and all this other shit. And
Go back and look at their YouTube and all their views.
I don't.
You just don't listen to the bullshit.
I mean, again, this is I'm talking about like earlier when I started. Like now, niggas know like don't come with something.
No. Back then, did you just believe when they said I rap? You were like, no, fuck that.
Some I do, you know, because you know, like I think that I have a pretty good third eye when it comes to seeing the talent in someone.
Yeah.
So if I really see that you can do something or that you have some untapped potential or talent, then you know I'll try to tap into that with you.
Myself personally, I used to be really bad at seeing who was actually being progressive and assisting themselves and wanting to go forward with helping me and helping themselves, with the people who are bullshitting and just trying to catch a free ride. Like there's these people that are called what are they called? The fucking flyer riders or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I forgot what they call it, the flyer hoes or whatever. They want to get on flyers, but then not show up to the fucking event. They just want to get in flyer. You know what I mean? I don't know what else to call it. I've
never heard that.
Well, somebody coined a different term. It was a different term, but I call them flyer hoes. I had a few people pop up on my flyers, but never come through on shows, or not come through in the end. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, so you tell me you can pay me in my event, but then you get on the flyer for free. Get me on the flyer. I got you day up. All right, and then they never come through, but they're already on the flyer, so they already got acknowledgement. I forget what they call it. Somebody told me I can't even list his name right now because of the fact that I told him I wouldn't. But dude, I forget the fucking word. But you know the people who try to ride.
I like that.
Yeah. You know what I'm referring to, though, right? The people who just want to be mentioned and not be part of.
Yeah, I can see that.
Don't forget to mention me, dog. You're like, all right, you gonna do something though? No, I'm not available right now. Like,
no, I've never had anyone like that. Like, if you're gonna be a part of this, be a part of it.
Yeah.
Well,
let's raise our glasses, man.
Do something, you put your whole ass into it.
Goddamn right, man. Sometimes you gotta just pull down your butt, pull down your pants, and slide it on your butt on the ice, man. I forget the fucking joke. I'm horrible with the jokes. Shout out to you though. Maui knows what I'm talking. He told me the fucking joke. It was hilarious. He's like, sometimes you gotta pull down your pants and slide your butt across the ice. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? He's like, I don't know. It's like, but you gotta feel it.
Sounds terrible. That sounds terrible. That's what
you gotta face the situation of having your ass fucking cold, dog. I've been homeless too, man. But I want to hear about your drunk stories.
Man, drunk stories.
Hell yeah, dude. Now you may not have, so because you like me, like I don't get wasted drunk. I always just get drunk and go to sleep because as a big dude, I know if I get fucked up, nobody's gonna ever carry me home or take care of me. You know, they're gonna leave me where I fucking fall. So I make sure when I get drunk, I'm like, hey, I'm out of here. Walk to my bedroom, pass out. Do you do that same thing? Have you realized that before? Because I realized it when I woke up outside, like just fucking passed out on the ground.
No, man, I don't have a drunk story, dude. Like if as far as being like so drunk that it like something crazy happened, I don't remember. I was that drunk.
Okay.
The drunkest that I can really remember being that I can fully recount is like I got drunk and I threw up.
Ooh, those are always bad, man.
Yeah, I was drunk at some party like years and years ago. Some rando some rando party with some people that I don't fuck with anymore. I was drunk as hell. I was so drunk that I couldn't drive my car. I was that drunk. Usually I can drive, on a little sauce. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, you got one now, man.
Yeah.
You on the show. I know you drunk. You burping over here and everything.
But yeah, I got drunk. I was too drunk to drive, and I was living with my roommate. I was like, bro, you gotta drive home, bro.
Yeah.
And he drove home, and we made it home, and I was good. But like, when I drink, I usually do pretty good about prepping for that. Drink a lot of water, eat good, you know what I'm saying?
Eat carbs.
Yeah. Like before I came here, I had like big ass, bowl of pasta and bread and shit. You know what I'm saying? My lady made some good Cajun pasta.
See, I switched up my shit. I usually now I kind of do like a protein shake. I'm trying to lose weight, so I'm doing a protein shake because protein actually counteracts the alcohol as well.
Yeah.
And so it makes you shit a lot. But, I just gotta tell you, man. That's what happens. But I also like doing the show. I use a lot of charcoal pills. I take charcoal pills apart to clean my system out. Make sure you take care of yourself. As you're getting fucked up in life, you gotta remember to take care of yourself, man. You changed up your shit in your lifestyle, man.
I did start changing up my diets pre-2020 holidays. I was drinking a lot more water, things like that. But going into the holidays, eating all that holiday food, I think I might have probably gained a few more pounds back. But I'm trying to, start the
4 pounds. That's what I gained. 4
gained 4 pounds.
4 fucking pounds.
I lost
like Thanksgiving and
15,
Christmas.
I lost like 15 before, from in 2 weeks, or maybe I think 2 weeks, or maybe a month. I lost like 15 pounds.
Shit, that's what's up. It wasn't 2 weeks, otherwise that's very unhealthy to lose.
Yeah, that was
so it was definitely a month.
It's maybe a month, or maybe even more, because.
No, congratulations, shit, fuck it, it's a victory, dude.
I'll probably get that shit back on the holidays. Because there's, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then my birthday not long after that. My birthday just passed. I just turned 30. Mm-hmm. So what's your definition of success, man? As you are 30 years old, when is it that you're like, I am successful at what I want to do? If you're able to pay your bills, do what you love to do, which, I can say that I've been able to do. Pay my rent off while making the music.
I need some help, man. I actually fell behind on my car note and on my phone bill because of the fact that I just ran out of money. I ran out of people working with me, and it hurts right now because now I'm gonna have to pick up some time. But honestly, man, I'm proud of you, dude. You've been doing your fucking thing. We made it out the mud. You know what I mean? And I got a record right here for you. And when I say we made it out the mud, man, I really mean it. Like, I remember when we were both people at that fucking Interactions place, man. Hell yeah. I don't know. Do you remember that scene that was called by me at the Interactions place? I don't know if you remember that. You might have gotten fired before. No, I think you were there for it. All right, so I started dating a beautiful black woman there, and I had still been breaking up with the chick, like current breakup.
So you were breaking up with someone while already dating someone else.
I had been told her I was broken up with her, but she just kept coming over. Well, by the way, I had adopted her son, so I had left my first relationship, ex-wife, by the way. And I should have said this earlier, you know what I mean, with my previous interview. Because Janae was like, I got an ex-wife, it was a horrible relationship, kids aren't my kids. And you know what I mean? But yeah, so I went through all that, and then I adopted a son and got with this chick, right? And so got out of that relationship and still tried to see my son. Meanwhile, I was dating this black chick. And so I still needed a ride to my house. And so it just happened sometime that they pulled up on me. She pulled up on me and went all crazy. I was dating that fine black chick. You don't remember that shit, that scene at the fucking Interactions? No, I'm snitching on myself under my camera and shit. That shit
I had a situation like that where
they had to call the security and the cops, and I had to run back into the place, right? Because I was like, quit fucking around, and the girl and me were cut outside, right? So she went back into the place, and I know she's watching the show right now too. It's so funny because she's one of my biggest followers. So I know she walked back into the place, right? And I was like, hey, it's cool, it's chill. And she smacked the fucking hat off my head, like my ex, whatever, she smacked the hat off my head. She's like, fuck you, and started pushing me. And I was like, fuck this. And I just jogged real quick, did a little quick run away from her. Like, honestly, run the fuck away from her. ran inside, stamped my badge, got up in that bitch.
Yeah.
And I told security, no, I ain't going back outside. So the cops had to show up and ask her to leave. That's
Dude,
and I got fired.
What year was it? Like 2013, 14 maybe?
Yeah, maybe 20. No, it was 2014. It was 2014.
14? Okay. So.
Because 2012, I was in my. No, yeah, 2014, yeah.
So around that same time, maybe like shortly before, I had a similar situation where there was a girl who, like, I was seeing, but we weren't, like, nothing was official. And then, like, she just pulled up at my house. And she was at my house waiting for me. It was even more fucked up because I was staying with roommates, like, on their couch. I was doing stupid ass shit. Like,
you a youngster, yeah.
Young nigga doing young dumb nigga shit. Living on my homie's couch. Talking to regularly one female, but never making anything official. And then I was like ignoring her like all fucking day. And then she pulled up at the apartment, and I was someone else. Pulled up with them at the apartment. I don't remember what happened. There was no fight or nothing like that. She just left. But like, yeah, just doing dumb nigga shit.
I ain't got money, man.
We've done it, man.
Shit.
We learned.
Yes,
we learned.
definitely learned.
Stop doing that dumb shit.
We definitely learned.
Definitely learned.
I don't know if we ever stopped.
I
We
stopped.
definitely learned.
You might say me on that dumb shit. No, I'm not gonna say dumb niggas.
No. I mean, some of the stuff I make, my decisions are bad. They're dumb. You know, I think we all do it, but some of us don't like to admit that we're dumb. When we do it, like sometimes I do some dumb shit and shit.
I can't do that no more. I mean, I'm 30 years old. I got a good woman at home. So.
Hey, well, that's what's up. I don't got a good woman at home. That's the difference between me and you. If I had a good woman, I'd act right.
I got a good woman right here.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. I see you, man. So if you give us your signature right there, man, I'm going to go ahead and ask you this. I want you to really concentrate right now while you're signing this. Go ahead and sign it. And I'm going to tell you this. When you come out of signing this, I need the dopest, like, sign-off you've ever had. Like, have you ever signed off on a music radio station or in person? Like, you got to have a sign-off. You just heard me from my last game. So I want you to have the dopest sign-off ever, man. Remember that. And remember, you have that whole record to fill up. You can feel free to fill it up.
Let me go over this a second time. Get a little thicker coat, if you will. Razzle dazzle. Sign off, man. That's a doozy. I don't do sign offs, bro.
You gotta have one, man. I've been
on one. What's it called? Radio show. That was years ago. That was the Weekenders. Shout out to the Weekenders.
Hey,
Boston Blanco.
Hey, I fuck with Boston Blanco on So Sick Mondays. He's now the host, and I'm over there a drinker. I drink over there for free.
Me and Fetty Knox produced the track for Boston Blanco. It's fucking hard. It's fucking hard. He hasn't released it yet.
He's another man with some beef that I got to talk about. I don't know what I got to talk about with him. I don't even know what it is, but I heard about something.
I don't got no beef, so.
No, you don't got beef. I'm talking about. I know you don't like beef. I'm talking about all the craziness. You know what I mean?
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Cheers and no beef.
Cheers and no beef, man.
Sign off, man. Right here, right now.
What you got for him? That was water, by the way. My bad. I just grabbed my icy cup.
Man. It's 1 T 2 L's. That's me. Smiles the Influence.
That's me.
This is the Beautiful Drunk Show. I'm beautiful. He's drunk. And keep rocking like that. Shout out 2021. Trump is out of there.
Out of there.
You know what I'm saying? That reminds me of who's that reminds me of? This is not a sign off anymore. We're still talking.
Get into it. Get into it, man.
I don't know. I don't do sign offs. 1 T 2 L. Smiles the Influence.
Yeah.
He's drunk. I'm beautiful. It's the Beautiful Drunk Show.
Hey, and I'm Smiles the Influence. Remember. May your smiles change the world. May the world never change your smile.
I like that, man. I'm gonna start using that.
Hey,
I made that.
You gotta have it tattooed on your neck to use it. Remember, our Smiles the Influence. May your smile change the world. Never let the world change your smiles. We out this. Boom, 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 boom.
It's the beautiful drunk show. It's the beautiful drunk show.
Dame la ciencia.
It's the beautiful drunk show.
Ay, 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 we going up like a rocket. That done got me started. I am the life of the party. Shout out to shot going hard till this morning. Pull up till we throw up. After that, I'll post some more up. Drink until we toe up. It's a party when we show up. Hey, I'm drunk, ho. I'm drunk, ho. It's the beautiful drunk show. I'm drunk, ho. I'm drunk, ho. It's the beautiful drunk show. I'm drunk, ho. I'm drunk, ho. It's the beautiful drunk show. I'm drunk, ho. I'm drunk, ho. It's the beautiful drunk show.
It's the beautiful drunk show.